Okay, friends. So, welcome for today's learn session, class 6, subject science, air around us. Friends, so during this session, if you have any questions, so please click this button and you can type your question here, okay, by clicking this button. And if I ask you to raise your hand, so please click this button to raise your hand. And if you want to, at the end of a session, if you want to exit, you can click this leave webinar button. Okay, so today's learn session, class 6th, subject science, chapter number 15, air around us. Generally, weightage 5 mark out of 80, and I am your mentor Gopal Chopade. Now, points for discussion. First, we try to know about the introduction about the chapter. Then, is air present everywhere around us? Then, what is air made of? A composition of air. Then, how does oxygen become available to animals and plants living in water and soil? And how is the oxygen in the atmosphere replaced? So I divide this chapter into 2 sessions. First we'll discuss these 2, then finally summary, and I will take your all questions at end of a session or even in between. Okay, now let's begin. We know all living organisms, living things require air. We cannot think without air. But question is that how you feel the presence of air around you. Air is there, how you feel that one. So if you see in the nature, you can see there are so many trees, their branches or their leaves are showing the movement, fluttering of a leaves, or many ways are there. So leaves of the trees, okay, a rustle or the clothes hanging on a cloth lines, so they will also float. Then pages, if you keep your book open, the pages of open book begin fluttering when the fan is switched on. Movement of your curtains which are hanging in your windows. So you can feel that air is there. So the moving air, okay, it makes possible for you even a kite flying. You can fly over a kite also. Okay, so winnowing. So farmers are using this air for winnowing, for more effective of a moving air, so they will separate the unwanted things from their grains. So by doing all these activities or by observing all these activities, trees which are on the leaves or open book pages or flying your kite or during the winnowing process, we can feel so air is there around us. Okay, so these are the things where you can feel yes, the air is present. Okay, now you might have seen this one. Okay, either in certain areas or even where there is a meteorological department is there. So this is called a weathercock. Okay, and here you might have played in your during your childhood life, or even also you might are using these different types of firkis which are made of paper. So what happens when you move your this firki, what will happen? So it will start rotating. So that rotates of firki is due to what? The air movement. Or even this a weathercock which is put there, it will show the direction of even wind also. Okay, from which side to which side the air is moving. So these are the things what you can observe surrounding you to understand yes, air is there around us. Okay, now try to see this. See, this is a firki, windmill. So it started, here you can see that kite is flying. So either this or this one. It is due to the movement of air. Okay. This is what we have seen. It is all, everything is due to a movement of air. Okay. So both are due to that there is a air and the movement of air is happening. Now, question is air present everywhere around us? Now in first what you have learned, air is there. So we have seen the movement of air. Now question is it present everywhere? Now, so air which exists around us, that is our atmosphere. Okay. So the air occupies space. So air has the space. So it fills all the space in the bottle. Okay, we'll see that one experiment also. So air is generally transparent. See that we cannot, and we can see easy things, but air is there in between us. It is a colorless, even you cannot see the color of air. So it is present everywhere, okay, around us. So air is present everywhere. So above the earth, where there is a thin layer of air surrounds the earth, and that extends up to many kilometers above the surface of earth. So that layer of earth is referred as here atmosphere. Okay. So from the earth surface up to a kilometers, many kilometers above the surface of earth. So there is a thin layer of air, yeah, many gases that surround the earth. That layer is called as a atmosphere. But air present in the atmosphere, it is colorless, it is transparent, it occupy space, it fill even all the space even in the bottle also. So to understand this one, we have a certain activities. Okay, there are so many activities in your textbook. Now see here, experiment within an empty bottle. Now here you can take water in bucket or in a tub. Then take a water filled bottle. Okay. So dip the open mouth of the bottle into the bucket filled with water. Okay. Directly you can submerge. So what you observe? Does water enter the bottle? Here the water can enter inside the bottle. When you submerge this bottle in the water containing bucket, does it enter? Okay. Now what you do? Tilt the bottle. See here, you tilt that bottle. Just to tilt. Now what you can observe? Does the water now enter the bottle? You can see here, in the first case, the water is not entering. But when you tilt this one, okay, so when you tilt this one, so what will happen? So here the bubbles are coming. Now what are these bubbles? Okay, what you see? You will see that the bubbles coming out of the bottle. So the bubbles are coming out of the bottle. So what it indicates? So inside the bottle, air was there. Inside the bottle, air was there. So that space now taken by water, and therefore that air will come outside the bottle, and that indicates that bottle is filled with air. Okay. So you can even try in your home also. Okay. So this is how it indicates that you can do here. See here. Okay. There is no any bubbles are coming. See that. Now what is happening? What is happening here? See. So these air bubbles are coming outside this. Okay. Ask me some questions because all I know. Okay. Now, so this is a atmosphere. Now you can see there are different layers of atmosphere. So this is entire, you can see atmosphere. See, the first layer is troposphere. Then here there is a stratosphere. Then here there is a mesosphere. Here there is a thermosphere or exosphere. Okay. So these all constitute what your atmosphere. Okay. This is your atmosphere. Now you can see that the first layer troposphere. Yeah, second layer stratosphere. Then mesosphere. Then thermosphere, exosphere. Now you can see there is some layers, ozone layer. Okay, are you finding this ozone? Do you know what is ozone formula? Okay, anyone knows ozone formula? I connect to you. Okay, some are saying it is O3, right? Anyone? Ozone formula? Ozone. Ozone formula. Okay. Is it audible to everyone? Some are saying it is not audible. Okay, now, so this different layers, it's audible. Okay. Okay, it's audible to everyone. No problem. So all this is what we call atmosphere. So in this atmosphere, air is present, but the question is whether the air is present throughout this entire surface of the atmosphere or is there is a differences. We'll see one by one. Now, if you see this, a peoples, okay, he is climbing the mountains. So if you go higher and higher altitudes, if you go mountaineers, so what they are carrying here? What is this? Okay, what they are carrying here and why they are carrying? Okay, or even if you go into the water, okay, that is driver, so they also carry. So these are nothing but what? Yeah, oxygen cylinders. So why they carry oxygen cylinders? Yes, anyone? Why they carry oxygen mask? Okay, oxygen mask. Oxygen mask. Okay, so that any oxygen cylinders. Cylinders. Okay, why they are carrying? Okay, because air is less there, because air is thinner in higher atmosphere, because the air in mountains is not there. Okay, some are saying not there, some are saying less there, and some are saying thinner. Okay, very good. Okay, now, so if you move higher and higher, as we move higher in the atmosphere, the air gets rare. Yeah, it will become less and less. Okay. Okay, everyone is right. Okay, right. So they are answering correctly. Okay, all answers are correct. Okay, as we move higher in the atmosphere, the air gets rarer and it will become very, very less. Okay, so therefore, the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them while climbing high mountains. Okay, higher mountains, yeah, high mountains, because the oxygen become very, very rare, yeah, very, very less. Okay, friends. So even suddenly if you go mountainous, there are also certain problems. Okay, so many questions are coming. Okay, Okay, voice prompt. Now, see what is the composition of air. Now, if you take a air composition, see the major components of air are nitrogen, 78% is there. Okay, then oxygen, 21% is there. And this is the carbon dioxide, yeah, water vapor and other gases nearly about 1%. Okay. Nearly with what? A 1%. So oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases, that is 1%, and nitrogen 78%. So these are the all composition of our air. Okay. So what is air is made up of? So air is made up of, now just to look for that air. Okay, so air contains water vapor which helps to maintain what? A water cycle. Yes, okay. So air contains water vapor which helps maintain the water cycle. We'll see that water cycle. So when air comes in contact with the cold surface, so it is these vapors that turn or condense into a droplets of a water. Okay, droplets of water. So the amount of water vapor in the air from place to place and time to time is a different. So it does not remain constant. Okay. So at a normal 30 degrees Celsius, if you take a atmospheric temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, for instance, so it can contain up to 4% of water vapor. Okay. So sometimes it is very less, sometimes it is very high. It is depends upon the environmental factors and the water bodies which are present in that area. But what you have to understand here, what air contain water vapor. Okay, so that is water vapor. Now, so you see this activity 3. Take one, so take 2 candles. Okay, and light these 2 candles. So you keep one candle like this only, and in other or the other candle, okay, just to put a tumbler, just to put a tumbler. Now what will happen? What will happen if you keep a tumbler? Okay, so second candle, what will happen and what will happen to the first candle? First candle and second candle, what will happen? Air will go away in the, some are saying air will go away in the first candle, the candle will stop burning. Some are saying the candle which is covered will burn out, the covered will burn out. Okay, okay, now here this will go on continue burning, but the second one will off. Now why it will off? Why it will off? Because there is no air or there is no oxygen. Yeah, whatever the oxygen present inside the tumbler, it is used, and after that, okay, it will go off. Okay, some are saying less air because the air supply will cut off. Very good. Okay, nice answer. Now, so you can do this activity. So it indicates that air has the oxygen, and oxygen required for what? A burning process. So here when you cover that, the oxygen supply will become less. Okay, so what is air made of? We are continuing. Okay, some are saying burning up candle because there is not air. Okay, gases. Okay, okay, oxygen. Now we know that it is the oxygen in the air that helps human beings or animals to carry out a respiration process. Okay, so for respiration, what we need? Water vapor. Okay, okay, that question is over. Now we'll go further. So oxygen that helps in human beings or animals to carry out what? A respiration process. Now, oxygen also required for fire to keep burning. Yeah, for burning a combustion process, we need oxygen. So if we are to keep an inverted tumbler covering a burning candle, we see that the candle will go off in a few seconds because that entire oxygen is used. So because the lack of oxygen containing air due to the tumbler. So what was the oxygen inside? It was used for the burning, and there is another gas is produced. So what is that gas will produce during the burning? Yeah, what is the amount of oxygen? Okay, so in dry air, so it is said that about 21% of oxygen is there. Okay, so another gas I ask you, 21%. Okay, because the air needs oxygen to burn. Okay, right answer. Okay, everyone is answering nicely. Okay, so 21%. So one more question I ask you, what it will produce when it will burn the candle? Okay. Okay. Now, so come to a third content of the air, that is nitrogen. So the dry air is said to contain about 78% of nitrogen. 78% of nitrogen. So this component of air helps plants in their growth process. So animals cannot take this nitrogen. Okay, right. Some are saying that gas which is produced during the burning of candle, okay, inside the tumbler is carbon dioxide. Okay, very good answer. Now 78% of nitrogen. So this nitrogen is directly not taken by animals, but plants will take this nitrogen with the help of bacteria, yeah, from the soil, and that is very important for their growth process. So that what is the use and how that nitrogen will helps, so that will study in your higher classes. Okay. Now, so the fourth important component is carbon dioxide. So very small amount, only 0.04%. Yeah, in certain textbook they will give 0.35%. Okay, so component of air, and it is a byproduct of respiration by human beings as well as animals. Okay. Yes, sir. I'm not understand what is read. They help in breathing in plants. Okay. Okay. Okay, that is oxygen. Okay, no problem. So now we are talking about carbon dioxide. It is only 0.04%, yeah, 0.035%. Okay, so you can take 4%, 0.04% component of the air, and it is a byproduct of respiration by all organisms, including animals. So they also plants. So they also release. So fire also uses of oxygen, as you have seen, to burn and then produce what? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide along with the few other gases upon burning. So there are so many other carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, depends upon what thing is burning. So this is why we feel suffocated if there is something is burning inside our room when the windows are very packed. Yeah, there is no exchange of gases. Okay, we feel very suffocation. Okay, carbon dioxide also helps in extinguish the fire. Okay, it is also good extinguisher. Okay, we feel humid. Okay, so that is carbon dioxide. So this happens due to excess carbon dioxide as the fire continues to burn in the room, so choking out the oxygen present in the air. So the oxygen become very less because it will use for a burning, and in that room you will get a more carbon dioxide, so therefore you feel a more suffocated. Okay, so therefore you might have seen even happens when there is a fire. Okay, anything is happen, so many people will, due to suffocation, they will die because of the lack of oxygen. Therefore good ventilation is required in our homes. Okay, so we have seen the four components of the air. First we have seen air, that is oxygen, water vapor, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Now these are all natural things. Now apart from this, what is present in the air? See, Air also contain dust and smoke particles. Now, what is a smoke? Smoke is another component given out when the fire burns. Okay. So after burning, okay, dust, some are given answer dust. So smoke, when it will produce. Okay. So someone given, okay, soot. Okay. They are given soot also. No problem. Okay. Soot or smoke you can write. Okay. So it is a very harmful and it adds even a fine dust particles and a few other gases to the air. So these particles may remain suspended in the air. So they are called as suspended particulate matters. And these all particulate matters, okay, all these particulate matters are coming from where? Industries. So therefore, you can see that the industries are using very long chimneys in order to release the smoke in the air, okay, to the upper layers of the atmosphere. But again, it will come back to our soil. Okay, so this is how it will leads to a pollution also. But as we know, this act is what contributes to air pollution in our environment. Okay, so burning of many fuels will release so many dust particles, smoke particles, and that smoke contain a dust particles also. So all they will leads to what? A pollution. And this is what you can see in your cities also. Okay, so dust particles. So how you can see in your home, your room, there is a dust particles. So just to make the dark room, okay, and take one torch and just put the torch. So what will happen? So here the dust particles are moving in that beam of light. Okay, you might have seen they are moving in that beam of light. Okay, so that is which moment? Do you know what is that moment it is referred as? Okay, okay, air, some are say air. Okay, burning of fossil fuel also release dust particles and smoke. Okay, very good. So this is how the dust particles are present. Your room can be checked through this a process. Or even you can see here the traffic police, what is weared? Mask. Why is wearing the mask? Why the police inspectors are wearing the mask? Okay, mask by traffic police. Why? Okay, so because there is a pollution in the air. Very good. Because the car produce more smoke. Very good. Nice. Okay, so therefore to make our air free from that, we should do a dust particles free hona chahiye. Okay, now so the tiny particles flying around the beam are actually what you are said, dust particles. So these very fine dust particles which can be seen when the beam of light enters in a dark room or with the help of your torch. So if you breathe this one by our elders, grandpa, grandmother, okay, so elders, so therefore they should breathe, or even the person suffering from a respiratory problems, through our nose and not our mouth. So therefore always we should do the nasal breathing, not mouth breathing. So therefore we should not keep our mouth open, so that what happens, the fine hairs present in your nose or the mucus which is present in the nose, so they will able to filter out these dust particles. So the dust particles are filtered by the air, hairs and mucus present in the air, so that filtered air will enter. And if you breathe through your mouth, so the dust particles will enter, okay, through your mouth, and they will deposit on our respiratory system, and due to that so many allergic or even asthma disease may happens. Okay, so therefore always advise you also, yeah, your elder also, yeah, when you are moving in the traffic areas, so always wear the mask so that we don't inhale them, otherwise they will harm ourselves. Okay, so these suspended particles, what you call the suspended particles. Okay, so many Students are also answered because mask will filter out the polluted air. So therefore, our policemen, yeah, we should also wear when you are moving in a air polluted, okay, where air polluted environment. Okay, friends, and even that presence of air, dust particles, suspended particles, you might have seen what is happen in the Delhi also. Okay, now, so availability of oxygen, what you have seen now, we have seen oxygen in the air. Now question is, does oxygen also present in water? Does oxygen also present in water? What is your answer? What is your answer? Okay, yes, everyone is saying yes. Okay, so let us check how much and how the oxygen present in when we heat or boil a water. We often notice that the bubbles start coming out from the water. Okay, dissolved oxygen. Okay, some are saying it is a dissolved oxygen. Okay, so this dissolved oxygen is very important for aquatic animals. So these bubbles are in fact nothing but indication that air molecules are present in the water. When water is heated, the air dissolved in it escapes first, followed by water itself and getting converted into vapor. So when you heat a water, the air dissolved in it escape first, then slowly that water vapor also come. So this is how the animals living underwater, yeah, aquatic animals are able to respire through this oxygen which is dissolved in the water. But again, nowadays what is happening due to water pollution? Okay, yes, yes, okay, due to water pollution, adding more and more waste in the water bodies, so that dissolved oxygen is day by day decreasing, and due to that decrease in the dissolved oxygen, what is happening? It is becoming very, they are not able to breathe. Yes, so aquatic animals not able to breathe. So some are mentioned oxygen is 33.33%. Okay, where that much oxygen is present? In water? In water? Okay, someone is answering 33.33% oxygen is present in water. Is it right? In water? Is it right? Is it right? No, water does not contain this much of oxygen. Okay, water contain only 8% dissolved oxygen. Okay, dissolved oxygen. Otherwise you could be survive better instead of on the land, so we can survive in water. So water is very, very less even in the air. Okay, yeah, in the water. As we go higher and higher in the mountains, so there is also oxygen less. In the same way, the water also contain, okay, yes sir, it contain less oxygen as written before. Yes, yes. Now some have said it is 33.33%. So I am answering that question. Okay, so animals living underwater are able to respire. Okay, now you can see this activity. Take a water and just to heat, see that bubbles are coming. So bubbles are coming. So this is nothing but that air is present, yeah, oxygen is present in the water. Now question is, air in the soil. Is there air in the soil? Yes. To see the presence of water in the soil, again there is an activity. So the whole chapter is, okay, activity based. So we have to do that activities. Now how you can do this activity? See, take a small lump of a dry soil in a beaker and add water to it. So when you add a water in that beaker containing a soil, so the bubbles are coming out of it. Okay, many bubbles are coming out of it, which as we discussed. So this proof of the existence of a air molecule in the soil. As water is added, Okay, so that bubbles, it displaces the water molecules in the soil, and which you see in the form of bubbles. Okay, when you add a water, so that water will enter in that holes, and that oxygen molecules, yeah, air molecules will come outside. Okay, sir, I have done this activity. Very good, very good. Okay, so everyone should do the activity, because science you can learn only by doing the things. Okay, learn by doing, learn by doing. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, thank you, everyone is very active one. Okay, this is what you can do. So this is what we have seen. So here, see that here. Okay, like this you can do. Yeah, see that. So the presence of oxygen in the soil, so they able to plants grow, because the roots will respire in the soil. So that soil contains, see, 45% minerals. Again, it is depends upon the soil. 25% air, 25% water, and 5% organic matter. So this is the composition of a soil. So while watering plants, I have seen this happen. Yeah, some students said while watering the plants, he has seen that bubbles are coming from the soil. Yes, very good. Okay, so 25% of air, and this is very, very important. Okay, important for a breathing. Otherwise, okay. Okay, see that. So to 45% mineral, 25% air, 25% water, etc., etc. So from this, what you can conclude? Yes, the soil also contain oxygen. Okay. Yeah. So animals make use of this air to breathe under the soil. Some animals make holes and burrows in the soil to help make pathways for air to enter the soil. So therefore, there are so many burrows. So when it rains very heavily, you might have seen the earthworms, okay, which are present inside the soil, and other animals come out of the soil, because these pathways are get blocked by the water, and that air is come outside. So therefore, they need to come outside to find the air for breathing purpose. Okay, so therefore during rainy season, when there is a very, very heavy rain, so if everything is get blocked, so most of the animals will come outside, which are present inside the airs. Okay, so how this balance of oxygen in the atmosphere, so that will take in our second session. Okay, now whatever learns, just to summarize, then if you have any questions, I will take those questions. So we learned that air is found everywhere, but we cannot see air, but we can feel it. How you feel it? That we have discussed. Flying of kite, okay, fluttering of your clothes hanged on your wire or leaves. So air in motion, okay, when that air is moving from one place to another place, so that we called as a wind. Yeah, the movement of air is called wind. We also seen that air occupies a space. Okay, so bottle experiment we have done. So that bottle, when you dip in the water containing bucket, first the nothing will happen, but when you tilt that, the bubbles are coming. Then air is present in water as well as soil, so that we have seen. So that is very, very important. Okay, so air is a mixture of, we have seen nitrogen is there. What is the percentage of nitrogen? We have learned. Oxygen is there. Important of oxygen we have studied. Carbon dioxide is there. So carbon dioxide also important. Water vapor is there, and few other gases. As some of the students said, there is argon, neon, xenon, helium, hydrogen, etc. So some dust particles even may be present in that. Okay, so these are all the composition of, okay, air what we have studied. Okay, so we also seen that oxygen supports burning and is necessary for living organisms. So the envelope of the air that surrounds the earth we known as an atmosphere, and this atmosphere is essential for the life on earth. Okay, so this is what we have studied. Even aquatic animals also use the dissolved air in water, for which process? A respiration process. So therefore, the plants and animals depend on each other for exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide from the air. So that we will see in the next class also. Okay. So please, if you have any questions, so I can answer related to this chapter. Now this is for 5 to 7 minutes we have. This is for question and answering session. Okay, even you can click that button, question answer button, and you can ask me a questions. Okay, some are said no questions. Okay, one I got here. How air occupies space? Okay, how air occupies space? See, how the air molecules are loosely arranged. Okay, so they easily occupy space. So for example, like you can do this one, even experiment for this also. You take a pillow and just to fill the air. Okay, so what will happen? It will get bulges. Okay, so one more question I got. Sir, tell me how many gases are included in carbon dioxide? Okay, as the carbon dioxide, see, carbon dioxide is a combination of carbon and oxygen. Okay, carbon and oxygen, but carbon, okay, carbon molecule and oxygen. So carbon dioxide is a one single, but it has two elements, that is carbon and oxygen. Sir, where is oxygen is the most in sense, that is you are asking about soil or water or air. Okay, I have not understand that question. Like helium. Okay, so oxygen generally present on, okay, that is earth planet. Okay, it is more on earth planet if forest is there, okay, or plants. Okay, plants. Okay. Okay, friends, thank you for joining this session, and I request you to join my next session. Okay, so thank you one and all.